everything that you said, right from micromanagement, right from not listening, getting stuck in the boardroom, not spending time with your people, not being agile as leadership as an organization, only hiring and keeping the yes men around you. So no wonder the numbers of people being dissatisfied with their leadership is very high. Now, these are things that have been spoken for years and years and years. What stops a leader from being this kind of a leader?
See, I think what you are saying is absolutely right. There are certain things that are commonsensical, that are out there in the public domain, but they still happen despite the red flags being there all around you. I feel they happen because of a simple reason. Because at the end of the day, the leader is human and he's supposed to undertake a superhuman task in many cases. So while undertaking that superhuman task, somewhere down the line, his human nature sticks with him, and he finds it very difficult to dissociate some of the very common elements of human nature that might prove to be a hindrance to a great leadership style. Let me give you a few examples here. One is, now I'm talking about from a pure human nature angle. The failure to, or you can say how easily you can recognize failure. Your human nature will never allow it, right? If you're sitting with your next level team, it's very difficult to stand up and say, listen, I am a failure or I failed in this context, right? So, but at the end of the day, it's a very endearing quality, and it may be as inspirational as your own success stories. To wear failure on your sleeve as a badge of honor is a key leadership trait. So one should not shy away from it. That's what I feel. It's a sign of a great leader, right? So that's one element of human nature. The second element of human nature is, like Prashant, you're sitting today, your wife may tell you something, right? Or your family members may say, listen, you're doing this thing wrong. And you may stand up and say, listen, you don't have the backdrop. This is not wrong. This is right. Again, that's human nature, right? So the ability to take feedback. So that's human nature number two. Again, your mind will always tell you, I am me. I am the CEO, right? I have a great pedigree. I have competencies. I have skill sets, right? But so what, right? At the end of the day, you are human, right? You take feedback, it may be for your betterment. And feedback also relates to something which is called as an open culture, right? If I'm not able to stand up in front of my boss and say, listen, this is what it is. If you do X, you're doing X, and if you do Y, it can produce much better results. And if you can't acknowledge this simple fact, then it becomes a great inhibitor to your leadership style. So that's human nature number two. Human nature number three is, I am there, right? And if somebody else comes close to me, he may become a threat to me, right? So it inhibits, something very important that every leader should do, which is creating a very strong second line. So succession planning for any leader should be actually absolutely essential. But then your human nature inhibits this, right? A great line of second leader actually shows that it's a pretty robust organization that you are in, right? So that's human nature number three. Human nature number four is, as I said, I am the boss, right? So either you perform or you perish. Now, how long and how sustainable this can be is highly questionable. If you give the opportunity to your people to rewire, to re-strategize, and come back strongly with better results, I think this can be the biggest motivator to perform.